by the Montana Television Network. Montana This Morning continues on Montana's News Leader.
Noreaster number 2 is here, bringing heavy, wet snow and strong winds, triggering the fear of more power outages. I'm Hannah, New York, with the latest.
And closer to home, the Bozeman School Board says the city is being unrealistic in parking requirements for the new high school stadium. What the school would rather do, their plans coming up.
6:30 on this Wednesday. Chet Lim and Missy O'Malley with you here. Our top national story this half hour, a second nor'easter that made its way into the northeast threatens to drop as much as 2 to 3 inches of snow an hour in some places.
Now, by the last count, around 200,000 homes and businesses are still without power from this most recent storm. Now, this one could cause that number to shoot up even higher. Hannah is in New York City with one of the major cities that could be hit the hardest today.
The second major storm in 4 days has rolled into the northeast. Whereas the first one primarily brought heavy winds and rain, this one will blanket much of the area with ice and snow.
So our biggest snow amounts will be just outside of 95, and we could see a couple feet of snowfall again in New York State. Some of those towns 5 feet of snow in 5 days.
Up in New England, winds are expected to hit between 30 and 50 miles per hour. Not quite as extreme as the 90-mile-per-hour winds from the last storm that battered towns like Duxbury, Massachusetts. A 60-year-old seawall, partially knocked down, wasn't fully repaired in time. Now more than 300 homes along the coast are in danger of being washed away.
We have massive destruction to our infrastructure here.
Trees throughout the region that fell last week and took power lines down with them have left around a couple 100,000 still without electricity.
We've been without power since Friday night.
Here in New York City, sandwiched between areas that will get rain and those that will get snow, almost 700 salt spreaders and more than 1,500 plows are at the ready. Officials warn power lines and trees weakened by the last storm will be especially vulnerable this time around, as the snow is expected to be very wet and heavy. The weather is also causing travel headaches. Amtrak has cut service. Airlines have canceled hundreds of flights, though carriers are waiving their change fees. Hannah, CBS News, New York.
Now, some forecast models show yet another storm could be on the horizon for Sunday night into Monday. That clip of the power lines, the trees,
was that
so heavy with ice, just
and scary.
Ugh.
Yeah.
And they can have it. Thank you very much. Let's see if we can avoid some of that right now.
The one thing we can't avoid this morning are the cold temperatures. We're down into the single digits, near zero in parts of the area. And then you factor in the wind, and it's just yucky outside. Temperatures generally into the single digits. We're actually fairly warm in tropical Four Corners. 21 our temperature here at the station. We're sitting at 5 in Belgrade. Just depends on where you are. Wind chill below zero in Dillon. Waiting for the sun to head over the horizon. It's going to be a beautiful start to the day. Our temperatures are going to warm nicely as you head into the afternoon. Got some warmer temperatures on the way, as well as some snow and maybe some rain mixing in. We'll talk more about that, of course, coming up in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Matt. Now 6:33, our top local story for you. Voters in the Montfortin School District have approved a $3.5 million bond. The vote wasn't particularly close. 61% of voters approved the measure on a mail-in ballot. Now, it'll cost the owner of a $200,000 home about $48 more a year in taxes. The money will pay for an additional 8 classrooms, with work set to begin as early as this May. Montfortin Superintendent Darren Strouch says that the community's support for the school near Four Corners continues to be strong. He says, quote, "The voters understand that the growth in Four Corners continues to impact enrollment growth," unquote. Now, if construction deadlines are met, the new classrooms could be ready for use in time for the start of the school year in the fall.
Also, planning continues for Bozeman's new high school stadium. Monday night, the school board looked at some exemptions the school district is requesting when it comes to providing parking. MTN's Morgan Davies has more.
The school board voted yes to approve the exemptions for parking at the new high school stadium. One of these exemptions is having less parking spaces than the city code calls for. However, the district says that this does not mean they will run out of spaces.
We took a different approach on that analysis. We looked at it sort of in isolation, like chances are in the fall we'd have a soccer game or a football game in the stadium, but we wouldn't have a basketball game at the same time in the gymnasium.
Currently, there are between 800 and 900 parking spaces at the current high school. About 100 more will be added with the new stadium plans.
I have plenty of parking within 1,000 feet of the school. When we looked around at other places and looked at national parking standards, that was kind of what was recommended.
Watson says that these parking updates will also help with infrastructure.
We need to provide some relief for infrastructure at the existing high school for the next couple of years. So we're open to have the infrastructure stuff working on it this summer and having it completed before school start if we can.
The other exemption the school district asked for was no parking islands to ensure students' driving views are not disrupted. In Bozeman, Morgan Davies, MTN News.
Now, Morgan tells us Bozeman City Commissioners will look at the plan during their April 2nd meeting.
And the Gallatin County Commission has voted unanimously to put the Gallatin Open Lands Program levy on the June ballot. The levy is intended to benefit and protect private land, wildlife, and county's scenic beauty. It would give the counties $20 million over the next 15 years for conservation easements to landowners across Gallatin County. If passed, the levy would cost property owners $6.08 a year per $100,000 of assessed value. Now, farmers and ranchers say that they support conservation easements.
Farmers and ranchers are incredible conservationists, and when we think about the beautiful landscapes in Montana, private landowners and farmers and ranchers are the key to that foreground in the picture. We have great public lands here and beautiful mountain vistas, but private lands provide so much, and we need to be protecting them alongside our public lands. An important thing to invest in those open lands and give landowners the option to keep their land in agriculture, keep it from being fragmented.
Now, if you are registered to vote in Gallatin County, you can go vote yes or no for that levy on June 5th.
In other headlines, 3 people have been arrested after chaining themselves to a bison chute at Stevens Creek. According to the Wild Buffalo Defense's Facebook page, the 3 people arrested were part of its group. This group says that its mission is to see bison roam free on the wild plains. According to the Facebook post, 2 men were arrested at Stevens Creek around 12:30 yesterday afternoon. A third person, a female, was arrested later outside the facility. The 3 are being held at the Yellowstone Justice Center and will be arraigned later today.
And Habitat for Humanity is celebrating 25 years in Butte. The anniversary is actually March 17th. Habitat builds homes in blighted areas for low-income families, and it gives them the opportunity to become homeowners.
When we counted it all up, there was more than 180 people served, and 84 children got housing because of the work of volunteers. 100,000 hours of volunteer labor in that time, and 72 new homes.
Habitat for Humanity has a goal to build 10 new homes in Butte this year. It is time for a quick break. Here's a quick look ahead on Montana This Morning, as well as what's coming up on CBS This Morning.
Does worrying about work have you losing sleep? If so, you're not alone. I'm Lou Young in New York with the results of a new study.
Good morning to you. Ahead on CBS This Morning, we're spread out all along the East Coast, tracking the damaging wind, the rain, and the snow from the Noreaster as it moves into areas still recovering from last week's storm. And why some school districts are now switching to 4-day weeks. We'll take you to Oklahoma, where hundreds of schools have changed their schedules to see how the move impacts the teachers, the kids, and the parents. We'll see you 7 o'clock on the dot.